On this episode of Nneka, we are talking about weddings. That's right, wedding season is approaching. That reminds me, my anniversary is coming up. We are gonna help you add some Caribbean touches to your wedding decor. That's coming up with Ashley Victoria. And also, we're gonna find out what we need to know in regard to photography for destination weddings. If you're planning on taking your wedding back to the Caribbean, Samantha Clark is here with us to share all her knowledge on that. Plus, actor Dwayne Murphy is here. You know him from shows like The Book of Negroes. He's here to talk about a new web series and his connection to Stephen King. All right, we're ready.
Somebody take me home, home. Somebody take me home, home. Somebody take me home, home. Somebody take me home.
Wedding season is right around the corner. That is right. It's time to jump the broom. Do we have any quintessential Caribbean things that we do? I don't know. Well, let's chat about what's happening in terms of Caribbean weddings and how you might be able to add a little bit of a flavor to your wedding decor specifically. Joining me now on set is Ashley Victoria from AVP Events. She's a principal planner, and she was actually my wedding planner at my wedding. So good to see you again, girl.
Good to see you too, my friend.
Yes, and congratulations, you're getting married soon.
I am, and yeah, it's very busy because I've got a lot of weddings on the go right now, but it's coming.
And
it's coming.
Are you gonna plan your own wedding? Like, are you gonna be there on the day?
I will most likely, because of the type of control freak that I am, yes.
Okay. You'll be there talking, going, where's the thing?
Exactly.
Set up for the cocktails after.
No.
But okay, so as we mentioned, wedding season coming up. For people who are maybe not having a wedding in the Caribbean, but they want to put some flavor in there with the decor specifically, what are some ways we can do that without being, too much about it?
Right. Well, if you, for example, take a look at the ceremony, because that's one of the main, obviously, aspects of the wedding. You've got a couple of different options, but as you mentioned, clearly you want to avoid going too over the top because it is very easy to become overwhelming. So one idea, and in this shot here you see a really lovely depiction of an aisle runner, and obviously you only see one side of the chairs there, but on the opposite side you could do the same with some tropical greenery. It doesn't necessarily have to be the leaves. You could do even small little floral centerpieces there that are along the aisles of the chairs. But this is really, really nice. It's a nice way to infuse the green and the tropical aspects.
I like it. Okay.
Yeah, it is. It's really nice. And aisle runners are so popular these days, right? So another great option that we have too is to put a little decor accent on the aisle chairs that are on the outside. If you decide that you don't want to have the greenery along the bottom of the aisle, and this is another really nice alternative, because again, it's not over the top. You can add in a nice little floral piece, and
that's what we did. That's what we did at mine.
Yeah.
Right. We added a little something on the side of the chair there, and that particular one sort of looks a little bit like a breadfruit leaf.
Yeah.
A little bit. So I like that infusion.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly. And again, you avoid going overboard.
Okay, so that's the ceremony. What else can we think about? What's another area that we can do something?
Well, if you're looking at the reception aspects of things, again, you've got a lot of variety, but again, balance. So with centerpieces, what we're seeing here is large banana leaves or leaves from Birds of Paradise, and they put them in a very, very simple, tall glass vase, and they look really big and really overwhelming, but as you see in this picture, that's the only overwhelming piece of decor that they have going on here.
Okay.
So if you decide that you want to have those as centerpieces, but then think it might be a bit too much, you can alternate with tables, and oppositely, looking at this picture, you can see they've made smaller centerpieces that have the bright, vibrant florals in them, and it's also nice for your guests because you don't want to be looking past and trying to see Kathy.
Cat, see Auntie Monica behind there. Exactly.
Exactly.
Okay.
So large and small.
So that's the difference between large and small. And then just to kind of wrap up overall, what we need to remember when we're thinking about decor and Caribbean pieces.
Well, again, you want to make sure that balance is essential. You don't want the reception hall and the ceremony looking like a tiki bar. So you want to be really selective about which areas of the hall and the reception area you have the big dramatic floral things going on. So.
Okay, well, hopefully we were able to inspire you. You can always check out Ashley's website, ashleyvictoriaproductions.com, for more tips and tricks. Thanks, Ashley.
Thank you.
My next guest has had her work in Huffington Post, Essence.com, Black Bride. I could go on and on. I'm talking about Samantha Clark, international wedding and portrait photographer. And, you know, we do a little something as well on the lifestyle side. Good to see you, girl.
Good to see you.
And I know you specialize in Caribbean weddings as well. And that is, of course, what we're talking about right now.
That's right.
If people are thinking of doing a wedding back home, and even if it's a destination wedding in the Caribbean,
Yes.
what are some of the things that we need to keep in mind in terms of wedding photography?
I think people should always focus on getting a referral from a friend or a family member. So that way you know you're going to be working with someone that at least has some credibility.
Right.
Definitely.
And you know, when I got married, I guess 4 years ago, no, 4 years ago, I did think about briefly, oh, what if we got married in St. Vincent? You know, but then there were all these questions about, okay, so if I get a photographer, who pays for the travel and those kinds of things? Like,
I think a lot of people wonder about, do I pay for the travel for the photographer, or do I have to put them in a special accommodations? Some photographers are really flexible and they'll allow you to sort of pay one price and get everything you want from them. And some charge extra, so it's good to ask them and find out what currency you're paying in. Are you paying in US dollars? Are you paying in, you know, wherever the destination is? Always ask questions.
Yeah, and
definitely.
I mean, because sometimes, would you ever work with the person there as well?
Definitely. So I've had people from one island who actually asked me to come there to shoot their wedding, which was awesome. It was an amazing place. That was in St. Lucia.
Yeah.
And you know, it depends.
Look at that.
Some people take me with them, which I'm okay with that.
Yes, I'm good with that. Looking at these pictures, yes, take me with you as well. If you have any space in the suitcase, I can be your assistant.
I'll take you along.
So what else do we need to consider from a photography perspective, and you know, once we get closer to the date, for example?
Yes, so I'm big on scouting a location to make sure you have the most beautiful locations. Luckily for me, I have clients who just have good taste. Okay. So when I was in St. Martin, we had a private villa and we were on the rooftop, and all you could see was just all these beautiful views.
Look at that.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was just one gorgeous ceremony. So you definitely want to scout out the location and make sure you choose something that's unique to that island.
Okay. Anything else?
I definitely think you also need to think about how you're getting the photos afterwards. So once everything's done and you're pretty much on your way to marriage life, what about, you know, how are you getting the photos afterwards? Are you going to be chasing the photographer, or are you going to be able to get them on time? So I definitely stress people, talk to your photographer, make sure you know what's coming.
Awesome. Well, you always give such great tips and advice. And if people want to get more information on photography in general, you do all sorts of things on your blog. Remind people where they can find you.
So at Samantha Clark, Clark with an E on Instagram, and Samantha-Clark.com.
Excellent. All right. Thanks so much for being here, Samantha.
Thank you, Nneka.
I remember when I first caught on, I guess, to my next guest, Dwayne Murphy. It was on the award-winning miniseries, The Book of Negroes. He played the character Claiborne. And he, in my opinion, like stole the whole series, Dwayne Murphy. It's good to see you.
You're too kind. You're too kind.
No, I'm still waiting for the follow-up. Like, what happened to you guys?
That's the
what
beauty
happened?
of it, is that we left people with a character that they gravitated towards too and felt sympathy for, and we kind of just left them hanging for a while. So the future can only tell, time can only tell what will happen with that.
That would be so excited if there was a spin-off. I'm just putting it out there. I like to put these things out there. We see what happens. We see what happens. So, Dwayne, you're from Dominica, right?
Dominica, yes.
Dominica. Well, how are we working with that? The plane, the landing. How the airport landing going?
Well, it's so
Please.
scary. Just try not to fly in at nighttime.
Oh
So,
my God! It
yeah.
is like hella scary.
You're coming in over mountains, so there's literally, even the pilots say they have a hard time. And when a pilot says he has a hard time, that's a scary thought.
But at the same time, I love Dominica because it kind of reminds me of St. Vincent a little bit in terms of the lush, the nature, and the land of, it's 365 rivers.
365 rivers, white sand beaches, black sand beaches, boiling lakes, everything. You name it, there's somewhere to hide away on that island easily and get lost. And that's kind of the biggest thing for us, is that we don't have a lot of tourism because we're a small island and we're very undeveloped. So because of that, not a lot of people go there, and it's not big and touristy, but the people that do know about it are very hush-hush and keep it to themselves.
Untouched.
That's it.
I like
the
it.
Gem
I
of the
like it.
Caribbean.
And you mentioned the white sand, black sand beaches, of course, which I know as well, being from St. Vincent. But that's actually the name of you have a cinematography company,
Yes,
right?
yes. I have a business partner who I work with. We have a Dark Sand Films, and we do corporate videos, we do short stories, we do you name it, wherever we can get our hands on. We're actually going to Antigua in probably October to help with a film and television basically course for the kids down there who want to get involved in that. So me being an actor, and then my business partner who's actually a cinematographer, we just decided, and we're both Dominican,
Yes.
we said let's just connect our forces and work together, and we were able to provide a service for just Caribbean kids and who want to get involved in film and television.
I like that. I like that because I think a lot of us who are from the islands, who are creative, we recognize how sometimes that was not. We weren't really allowed to. I know. I think about my brother, who's an artist, who has excelled beyond, done so many great things. However, back home, it was like you gotta be a lawyer, you gotta be a doctor, you gotta be an engineer.
Well, the thing about back home is that you're kind of restricted, right? Because you can only reach so far.
Yeah.
And if you're on a small island, it's even harder. So, and the biggest thing back home is that we're known for music. All
Right.
the islands are known for music. They all have their own taste of soca, calypso, zouk, whatever it may be. But that's what we're known for. But there's other branches of that people try to get into, and they just don't know how to get down that level.
Yeah.
So that's what we're providing.
I like it.
Yeah.
And we know you from, Degrassi for a little while. You're on Ghost Whisperer, The Mentalist.
Yeah.
So many great projects that you were able to be a part of. But you're working on some cool things as well. You've got Deep Six, that's the web series.
Deep Six is a web series. It's supposed to premiere in a few months.
Yeah.
So it's actually it actually premiered at Toronto Comic Con.
Oh, cool.
Just recently. So that's happening as well. It's a sci-fi project about a crew that discovers new life in a different solar system, and how it kind of intertwines how that affects human life back home. So it's a beautiful series. It's actually really well shot, and I actually read the scripts before I even chose to be a part of it, and I said, this is different, this is fresh, and I decided, I'll be a part of it.
I'll watch it. I'll also watch you in The Mist, because that's something we have to look out for you as well.
The Mist, that actually comes out in a few months as well. That's based on the movie from years ago from Stephen King's book.
Actually, no, I won't watch you because that's too scary for me. I can't. I'll just send you good vibes and say,
No
look at
Duffy
Dwayne.
things, no Duffy things.
No Duffy thing. No, I guess. All right. Well, it's always so good to see you, Dwayne. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
And please look out for Dwayne Murphy, The Mist, and check out Deep Six, the web series as well.
Thank you.
Yes.